Samantha, we are currently stood surrounded by all of the winners, the shortlistees, the long listees of the Booker Prize throughout its whole history, and your book, Orbital, is now part of that history. How do you feel about that?
When I walked in here and I saw, well, first actually I saw The Wilderness, my first novel, down there on the long list shelf 15 years ago, and then Orbital up here, and it seemed like, okay, there is my career so far in one visual snapshot.
From the bottom shelf of a bookcase to the very top.
From the bottom shelf to the top. And to be up there with those other winners, and I know I've read a lot of the Booker winners, I made it my goal a few years ago to do it. I feel unspeakably moved by it and overwhelmed.
I was surprised to hear you say in your speech last night, and I think a lot of writers might have taken some solace from it as well, that this was a book that you almost gave up on, but you didn't, thankfully. And I wondered, first of all, what it was that had made you want to sort of put it away, and then, of course, what it was that made you get it back out again and continue with it.
The reason for thinking I was going to abandon it was not really because I got a block or felt that I couldn't do it. It was more that I felt that nobody would be interested in what I had to say about being in space, and I evidently have not been in space. And when astronauts have, and they do write about it often very thoughtfully and frankly and beautifully, so I just thought completely, it's never happened to me before, but I just thought nobody wants to hear what I think about this. So I walked away from it. And I came back to it sort of by chance, having dabbled with some other novels that weren't working out, probably a few months later, and read those few thousand words I'd written. And I thought, no, there's conviction. Okay, it's tentative and I'm making stuff up because I don't really know about space. But there's some sort of conviction there, or something, some integrity or some energy there that I think has something about it that I could do something with. And this is the book I want to write, so I just have to make it work.
Some writers obviously will be concerned first of all with character and some with plot. This book felt to me far more meditative and contemplative, and so I wondered what it was that was driving your writing of it. Was it about wanting to impart certain ideas or a feeling? What was driving the writing itself?
Yeah, it was a feeling much more than ideas. This is really an emotionally led book. It was motivated by a feeling of wanting to convey the feeling I had when I looked at images of the Earth from space. That was really all, my only ambition for it was to try to convey that, or to see if I could put that into words. And that feeling persisted throughout, and I tried never to write. I don't know if I succeeded in this, but I tried never to write without that feeling present in me somewhere, and otherwise it would just go dead. And so it's really an emotional book much more than it is an ideas or conceptual book for me.
I heard, as we were waiting last night for the result, I heard from somebody at your publisher saying that when the publisher Dan Franklin, who signed your debut novel, first spoke about you to the room, he said, she's absolutely amazing, she's going to win the Booker one day. And I know that writers need the support of people like that to do what they do. And I know that especially with a book like this, as you said, that you sort of had put away and then come back to, I presume there are people who have helped you go through the process of bringing the book out. What is it like to have support like that as a writer?
I couldn't have done it without. I mean, I've just been at the Vintage offices, and everybody was there, and I was forced into giving a speech. And one of the things I said, which I mean with my whole heart, is that it's an incredibly rare and precious thing to have a publisher who sticks with you, even when you're losing them money. They publish you, and they publish you again, and they publish you again, and they believe in you, and they're in it for the long haul. And it's so gratifying, if for so many reasons, but it's so gratifying to have rewarded them for their patience and their loyalty, to have been rewarded. And Dan was the beginning of that. Dan and my agent Anna were the beginning of that. They just saw something and they decided to stick with me, and I couldn't have done it otherwise.
Well, that journey's taken you, as we said earlier, from the very bottom shelf all the way up to the top shelf. Samantha, congratulations and thank you so much.
Thank you so much.